Hey, what up, everybody? Pakistan. Nothing I say is funny. Advice, entertainment purposes only. Getting ready to get the space call up and running so we can chit chat about this stuff. Oh, waiting for a few more people to enter the chat. What's going on, everybody? How you doing, Bill? Either way, if you guys could make sure to tweet out the call, I'd appreciate it. Just gonna go over some grumblings I'm hearing about positions being close only. Certain brokers. Actually, more and more people are reporting the APE dividend that we've all kind of went over already, but we'll recover it a little bit. The difference between the preferred and the common shares, and the importance of what's about to happen on August 22nd, in the fact that you got some pretty prominent YouTubers coming out saying, "Oh man, yeah, we should sell APE, and buy more AMC," and it doesn't make any sense to me because right now brokers and market makers and hedge funds are scrambling to figure out how they're going to get APE preferred stock because they're going to need it if they have a short position. Problem is, there's only a limited supply. So, in that, right now, the APE preferred shares does not have any options, suppression, or corruption on it. So, holding it now and waiting to see what it can truly do, I think, is more important than my personal opinion. Anybody wants to come up and speak, please feel free. It's open space, just kind of chit-chatting. And some really good Highcroft Mine news. Boss Blunts did a really good interview with Diane Garrett last week, and she specifically said in the video that they are looking at creating an online store, right, which is awesome. Online store for retail people to go in and buy physical silver and gold. That is freaking huge. I just not sure if people understand how big of a deal. It's pretty revolutionary. Either way, if anybody has seen the tweets today, seen that some brokers are talking about potentially making APE close only once it's listed on the NYSE, which of course is garbage. That's 100% their way of trying to manipulate the stock. If they make it close only and retail starts selling, then the only people that are going to be able to get APE by buying it are hedge funds, market makers, and shorts. Reason they're making it close only is so they can facilitate those short sellers, because you're not going to be able to go back in and buy it on your broker. You're going to sell it and you're going to be done with it. That's why I think it's super, super important to hold. But anyways, the difference between the APE and the common stock really isn't that much, except for the ticker. The fact that AMC is already listed on the NYSE. But the one really important notion is with this preferred stock, which is actually not normal, like usually normal, is that you get one voting right per preferred equity unit. One common stock gives you one voting right, one preferred equity unit gives you one voting right. And the fact that these are convertible upon shareholder vote. So down the road, if we have a vote like during the annual and they're like, you guys want to convert your APE into AMC stock, good. If we all voted yes, you could. So you would have more AMC. Now, the key to that is, I think it was Bigums who posted, say Adam Aaron does that, offers to do a conversion, we vote yes. Suddenly they can come back and start doing stock buyback, and any dilution that may have or could have happened is gone. So that's a pretty cool thing that they could do with this. Also, if there's any future dividends, your common stock will get the dividend and your APE stock will get the dividend too. So it's actually a really good deal. It's like a better deal than I ever thought it would be. What's up, Bill? You're up here as speaker. What's going on with you? Oh, DRS. So I know a lot of people are finally getting on board with DRS. They're finally going, oh my God, DRS is so amazing because Adam Aaron talked about it. And freaking Dave Lauer talked about it. Dave Lauer is all about direct registration. Adam Aaron's about it. The entire way that this ape dividend is coming about is through direct registration, through Computershare, which everybody was also, oh, Computershare's your Citadel owns them and all this stupid FUD. I'm glad it's finally cleared up. I'm glad all these other YouTubers that were talking shit about it are finally gone and or shut up or whatever they're doing. I don't care. But I can't. What's up, Bill? Dude, I shared the call in my DMs, and when I shared the call, it posted some random post from some random dude instead of my call.
Look, I had to get out. Anyway, I made sure cash dividend. They confirmed that's what they were doing, but they understand some brokers are offering cash instead in lieu of the ape. People need to call the broker and make sure they tell them that they want the ape but not the cash dividend.
Oh yeah.
So if they don't do that, it's on them.
You know, here's the thing: is for 12 months now, I've been telling people, get out of Webull, get out of Robinhood. Make sure you get to Fidelity or get into Computershare and DRS your shares. Because I'll tell you, the people that are going to get their 100%, if you're DRS, you're getting your ape dividend.
Right. Right. But, you know, getting these people to get all on the same page I hear all this craziness.
Oh, absolutely. It's,
you know, I don't talk much. I just don't talk. You know, I'm an older fellow, getting people to do what they need to do. Here's the thing, kind of like the call last night. There are people out there that find that their only purpose in life is to create mistrust.
Yep.
And when they had, I'm not gonna name his name, had him on space call. He only wants to cause drama. That's how he makes it.
Oh yeah.
So, you know, they need to stop it. They're not there to help people. They're there to make their money.
Yep. That's exactly what it is too.
It don't take much to do 10% of DRS. People should have done that, been preached it. They don't want to listen to older people that knows what's going on instead of a 23-year-old person that just quit his job to start doing YouTube. YouTube is not people's friends. They're there to make money. I don't care who they are. If they own YouTube, they're there to make money if their account is monetized.
Yep. That's I keep you know, we've been telling people the DRS for the past since May. You know, Froggy Styles got massively attacked by Casey Shaw and a couple other guys. Casey Shaw did nothing but just absolutely create FUD for months. And then lo and behold, you know, 2 months later, after all the shit talking, we're sitting here with a preferred AMC stock dividend that's coming directly through Computershare. And I'm just like, man, I can't believe people listen to these guys. They're always wrong. They're always wrong. But the importance of DRS is not gone. Everybody thinks, you know, Jay Brown posted something that was very inaccurate, and I'm kind of really unhappy about it. He said, Adam Aaron DRS the entire float. That is absolutely not what happened. Computershare is facilitating the transfer of the ape dividend, but it is not direct registered specifically in your name, because once it goes to your broker, it goes in street name. So saying that takes the heat off of the importance of needing to DRS. Right now, DRSing your AMC shares, you know, maybe not for the next 7 days, not until the 22nd, because we're getting really close to the date of the 22nd. But after the date of the 22nd, DRSing your AMC shares is now more important than ever because the shorts are being crushed by this APE dividend. But if we DRS the float, that's just their complete annihilation, and they know it. So when people say false statements and it gets spread around Twitter like the one Jay Brown made, it just made me just so irritated. And I know he meant well, but it's not true. Adam Aaron did not DRS the entire float. So
no, he didn't. And no, people's got to start. Here's the problem I see with some of these young investors. They don't read stuff for themselves. If you do not go in and read stuff for yourself, you're not going to know. You can't trust somebody else, their opinion on what you read. If you don't read it, you don't know what it says. You got to, then you're trusting somebody, and that's that trust stuff.
Yep. And it's driving me nuts, man. This is all really simple. This is a very, very simple thing. You're going to get the APE dividend on the 22nd if you have a decent broker, right? When we get that, it's going to absolutely cause a panic in the market with the shorts because every short's going to need to buy one. Well, guess what? If you don't sell it, they can't buy it. That means that they can't fulfill their dividend position, which means they're going to get forced to close. Because if they can't fulfill the dividend, then there's going to be share recalls because the people loaning those shares are going to want their dividend.
Right. This is where everybody, I think, is missing the point. When it goes live, there are only that same amount as of the float. For a while, unless Adam Aaron takes and add more to it, there's not going to be none to go around.
Yep.
If only people sell is going to create that in order for it to other people to get it and start trading back and forth.
Yeah. The more retail sells, that's going to create the supply for the brokers and the market makers and the hedge funds.
Right. If people don't sell, there'll be no supply of it. That's what they're missing. Adam Aaron is not going to just come out and all of a sudden and dilute it right away. He's using it as a share count.
Yep.
Okay, if people do not sell, then there is only that amount. But if you got 10,000 people that sells it, you got a supply of 10,000 that they can bounce back and forth.
Yep. That's where, you know, it's funny, the same tubers that haven't been around for 12 months are coming out and, okay, so they say what they're going to do, and that's fine. But when they get mad when people tear them up online, it's like, bro, you're trying to influence people down a bad path. Like, it's pretty freaking obvious that these market makers and brokers are drooling to try to get their hands on this APE preferred stock because they've got to issue these dividends. When they can't, there's going to be massive share recalls from AMC lenders because they're going to want their damn dividend because it's convertible. So,
look, I'm going to start on these YouTubers, okay? They were good to hype the community up when it first started, okay? But then at some point, they all changed and went the other direction.
Oh, yeah.
They all found out they can make money. And I used to rip Matt Kors time I sent him a message because making money off that community back then, and people would just get mad because I would say you shouldn't be making money off this community. And then that's how he got people to constantly give him super chats. Was for the fact that he would, when somebody mentioned it in his chat, you can't tell us what to do, and people would just start giving him money. That's making money off community wrong to start with. That's what I feel. I'm too old giving somebody else my old I'm just to be able to talk to them.
First off, if they would put that money towards AMC rather than using it to pay Matt to talk, I mean that money would go a lot farther at AMC. I just think that's a big piece of money.
Yeah, and that's my whole point back then was people should be using that money to invest. But back then people would rip you, and I just stopped listening. I liked the hype when it first when they first come out, because it was creating a community of people. But at some point, they started using it nothing but money, and that is a problem. I don't like hearing their names. I think they all should just go away, but they do have a following.
Yeah.
And last year, they ain't done nothing but create problems more than they helping people.
Past 7 months, most of the major YouTubers have done nothing but create problems.
Right.
Lou has been spreading FUD since day one, and people still follow him religiously. And I don't know why. The dude literally was saying during the annual to a room of 2,000 that Adam Aaron was going to dilute the float again, and Adam Aaron didn't. He did the exact opposite. They told people to sell at 13. They told people, oh, you're going to get in legal trouble for this and that. And then all of a sudden, Adam Aaron is settling class action lawsuits. Like everything that they've been doing, it's just so off the wall. I'm glad people are coming back. They are important because we need attention on the stock and they help bring it. But when they come out and make statements like, oh yeah, I'm selling my APE stock for AMC because of this and this and this. And then when they get beat up, they want to come online and say, oh, well, you guys are attacking me. And no, you're trying to influence people to do a certain thing because that's what you want to do and they know they can. That's what's got to stop. And people got to wake up, man. Like you said, the fact that people are paying, do what you want to do with your money. But the fact that we have a community of people that are still on Webull and still on Robinhood, and are still paying YouTubers super chats instead of buying stock blows my mind, man. Build your portfolio, dude. Stop.
See, I didn't understand that 16 months ago, and I still don't understand today why you pay somebody a super chat just to talk to them. And Matt would never talk to nobody unless they gave him money. So that told you right there where his value was.
Yeah. Well, either way, back to the DRS thing real quick. I can't tell you how important DRSing AMC still is after the 22nd. We could throw a serious double whammy on these guys. A, in the form of the APE preferred stock share count happening and the synthetics being exposed. But does anybody have 100% faith that any big action is going to be taken after that? It could take months. It could take years. It's going to require Adam Aaron and the board of directors to do some serious inquiry and legal action, which everybody, most of the YouTubers say you don't want that, it'll delist the stock, which it won't. It's bullcrap. But we literally have the power right in front of us to just DRS the float after the 22nd and be done with it. Once the float's DRS, Computershare is going to go to the DTC in the market and say, hey, there are no more AMC shares available. How are they still trading on the open market? The SEC and FINRA is going to come to a screeching halt. If you guys are not speaking, please keep your mics muted because there's a lot of backfeed.
Hey, quick question. Once you DRS, how easy is it to then, like whenever you're ready to sell, like let's say you DRS all your shares.
Yep.
Then when you go to sell your shares, how does that work? How easy is it to do?
You log into your DRS account, your Computershare account, and you place a sell order just like you would on a normal broker. Then Computershare takes your order, sends it to multiple brokers, and then it's fulfilled. It does take a little bit longer than just a click and a button on your Fidelity account. It can take up to a day. They place block orders every day. But it's just as simple. You log in, you click the stock, you place an order, and I recommend placing limit orders when you do it. And they push it out to 5 or 6 different brokers and you sell. Now, the benefit of this is if we start squeezing and you go to sell on your broker, your normal broker, say Webull, and they take the sell button away, or they take the buy button away again, or they halt trade, or whatever happens with your shady broker. If they shut down, you can go to Computershare and place your order because Computershare is going to go to multiple brokers. You have a better chance of selling on Computershare during the squeeze than you do with one of these other shady brokers like Robinhood or Webull or something like that. So, but it's just this: you literally log into your account and you place a sell order just like you would on your brokerage. That's how easy it is. Hey, what's up, Diva? You had your hand up.
Yes. Good morning. Good morning. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. I have a couple. I think I seen. I do a tweet. Not sure. We have to call Kelly, tell them that we don't want this penny, whatever dividend. We want shares. Why do we have to call?
You're going to get shares with Fidelity. I actually just called them this morning. It doesn't hurt to call them yourself and engage with them so you have a better feeling for your own person. I called them this morning and they said, yes, for every 1 share of common stock of AMC, you will get 1 preferred share of APE in your account. They will not be they told me that they will not be giving me cash. That's directly from Fidelity this morning.
Okay. Is that because you called previously?
What's that?
I apologize. Is that because you called them previously?
No, I just called them this morning.
My other question was, hey, Mike GZ83, how you doing? My other question is this. DRS thing. If you said if we do, well, I was talking to someone. They said everybody don't have to do it. If we all just do a small little portion, we still can whatever log the float or whatever it's called, whatever you guys call it. Am I correct?
My personal theory is that if I would say if 2 million of the retail investors log 20%, we would probably end up logging the float. But the thing is we can't set back and just say, do 20% just to get comfortable with it. If you're unsure, do 20% and see how you like it. I think 20% would probably cover it if all 4 million apes did it, maybe even 2 million. But at this point in time, after the 22nd, I'm just going to DRS all my shares. Because I know for a fact, without a shadow of a doubt, that Computershare is not going to misuse my shares or loan them out or short them. I mean, we literally have the power to take the shares off the market and make them non-loanable just by logging them with Computershare, which everybody knows now is the official transfer agent AMC and the one facilitating our APE dividend. So now the FUD on that's gone. It's not like Ken Griffin does not own Computershare. But if we log the float after the 22nd, it will blow this thing up to levels that nobody has even ever thought about. I mean, it'll be it. It'll be the end game.
Okay, my other question is this. Will you please explain, I keep saying this about this dilution. Please explain that clearly to me in layman's terms, if you can, in layman's terms, so I can get a clear understanding. Because you're saying that it's not going to affect. I don't know what I'm going to know what you're saying. Then I see somebody else. It's a big YouTuber. And he's big in this community as well. He's saying that it will hurt. So please explain that in layman's terms so I can understand it in layman's terms.
You're asking me, is this going to dilute?
APE's going to take away from my money from AMC. Am I correct?
I think Adam Aaron talked about a 50-50, but they said the first one's going to be non-dilutive. The thing is, here's the deal. Even if it does dilute, say they dilute APE, say the AMC price comes down, whatever, you now have another share of APE. So your price might come down a little bit, but you have more shares. And in my personal opinion, APE's probably going to end up being worth more than AMC. So all this fear about dilution is just crazy. Bigum's posted something good today. Said even if Adam Aaron does dilute APE later and we vote to convert it back to common stock, then Adam Aaron can come back in and do buybacks and there's no dilution whatsoever. So it's half the time people don't even understand. They just hear the word dilution and they're told, they're supposed to panic. The people saying the immediate FUD that came out the day they announced this, the immediate FUD was Adam Aaron figured out how to dilute you guys in a roundabout, shady way, and there's nothing you can do about it. That's not what's happening. I'll tell you right now, even if every time that there has been a share offering, we've seen a significant rise in the price of AMC. The key point here is that we're getting a reconciled share count with this dividend distribution, and now shorts are panicking to try to buy shares of APE. So thinking about dilution, maybe even a year down the road at this point is kind of a waste of time. I would not be worried about dilution. I'm not worried about dilution in not even the slightest.
Okay. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I stand by what I say. DRS after the 22nd, just to make sure you don't get caught in a transfer. That's all this community needs to do. You DRS the float, and this is done. All the other catalysts that everybody wanted to gush over, 14032, Cat 6, Phase 6, Cat 5 system, all that stuff is cool, and it probably helps a little bit, but it's been a monumental waste of time, but people sure have made a lot of money off it. I'm telling you right now, without a shadow of a doubt, if the AMC float is direct registered, it will blow the shorts out of the water.
How do we know when it's going to be fully DRS'd?
So every annual AMC puts out numbers on the total amount of people that have DRS'd their shares. But once the float's DRS'd, Computershare is going to come back and say, we cannot direct register any more shares of AMC because the entire float's been locked in. Or we can't sell anymore. So when Computershare says that, and there's still shares trading on the open market, Adam Aaron now has every legal right to go after the brokers and market makers like never before.
Okay, thanks.
Yep.
Vince?
What's up?
Hi. I just want to ask you a question. I tried to DRS my shares, and I had such a hard time. I just gave up. I'm in Canada. I don't know whether I'm supposed to be using the Canadian Computershare or the U.S. I'm so totally confused, and I really want to do this. Now I can't do this until after we get APE, of course. So I don't know if there's anyone out there in Canada that's done it. Have they had a hard time? Like, I don't know what the heck's going on.
So I know there is a bit of a difference between Canada and the U.S. with Computershare. That's for sure. Your shares aren't in like your retirement account, are they? Are they in your brokerage?
No, they're in my brokerage. Yeah.
Who's your
they're
broker?
with TD.
TD Ameritrade.
Yeah.
So they were giving people in America trouble too, right? What did they tell you when you asked them to DRS your share?
I didn't ask them. I just tried to open up a Computershare account first.
No.
And that's where I'm having the problem.
That's not what you want to do.
Okay.
So
that's why then.
You can, the best thing to do is call your broker and say, I would like to direct register some of my shares of AMC. Just do like 10, 20%, just so you get a feel for it first, right? Or you can go directly to Computershare, and there's a button. It's called purchase stock. You don't set your account up first. It's kind of a strange process if you haven't done it yet.
Yeah,
So,
that's what I thought. I thought, okay, like how can you open up an account, but yet they're kind of asking you to purchase the stock? But how do you purchase the stock without opening up the account?
I actually did a full video on it, but when you go to the front page of Computershare, you'll see 5 different options to click on. Make a stock purchase is the first one you want to click on if you want to buy directly from Computershare. The first time that you go through and start buying stock, it's going to ask you for all your personal information, and they're going to set your account up for you. And after 5 days, you're going to get a letter in the mail. You're going to get a bunch of emails saying your shares have been purchased and your account has been set up. Please verify it, and then you can start logging in.
Okay.
Yep.
So then I can just call TD and say, listen, I want to DRS my shares.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. That makes
no problem.
more sense. Thank you.
Yeah, Computershare has been evolving. It wasn't really a big system before GME started doing this. They've actually been evolving their platform to be more user-friendly thanks to the GME crowd. And in that, like I said, there's 2 ways to do it. It's really simple. It's one, call your broker and ask them to DRS your shares. TD may give you a little trouble, maybe make you do some paperwork. I'm telling you, it's worth it. Once you ask your broker to DRS your shares, Computershare is also going to set you up an account in the same way they would do it when you start to buy shares directly from.
So the only other question I have is then, would it be a U.S. Computershare or would it be the Canadian Computershare? Because I don't know whether or not they would accept it in the Canadian one because it's a U.S. stock. You know what I mean? Like I don't know.
Call TD and TD will know specifically what to do with your shares, seeing it that you're in Canada. But keep in
Right.
mind that Computershare is global. I mean, they're based in Australia, I think. So actually,
Okay.
call TD today and ask them if you can DRS and
Yeah.
write down everything they say, and then DM me, and
Oh.
I'll help you through the process.
Thank you, Spence. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Mr. Spence.
Go for it.
Good morning, everyone. I usually don't talk a lot, but I sent you a DM. I had some of my AMC stocks on public, and I messaged them, about the APE, and they did verify, said that they will have my stocks ready Monday morning. So they will give me the dividend, the preferred dividend APE stock. Now, like I said, I haven't been a long time in this market, as far as trading and stuff like that. But I've only been here maybe a year and a half, 2 years. But I do believe that the APE preferred dividend is going to be big time, because just having that stock is already a big plus for AMC. I don't know if with all that money that the APE might do, put more money into AMC, but I do think that there's going to be a lot of people looking into that APE, and who knows, maybe APE might later on, will will make some of that money and buy into more other stuff, like the way Mr. Aaron said that he's interested in investing in more stuff to give more and more support and secure to the AMC stock. And for that reason, I don't think I'm going to sell it. I'm going to keep it in hold for it. That's all I got to say. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, man. Absolutely. I'm holding my APE. I'm not gonna. Here's the deal. I've seen 2 other companies this year. One was DWAC that went absolutely bananas in a day or two because they weren't manipulated and suppressed by the options chain. We're probably going to see some pretty significant price action on APE. But this is literally it. The shorts have to buy APE to fulfill their requirements in their short position. They have to get it, and they have to have those dividends, right? The only way they're going to get it is if people sell. So this is the whole theory about the diamond hands on AMC. If we don't sell, shorts can't cover, the price goes up. But in this circumstance, they can't manipulate this right off the bat like they have been AMC the entire time. So there's a really big thing coming, and that's what's confusing about people who, if your individual investment plan is to just sell it right off the bat, good for you. But, coming out in the community as an influencer, kind of encouraging people lightly to sell it when it pops, I just don't get it. We'll never have a better opportunity than this going forward in the future with any type of catalyst. I think it's super important to realize too that once this is going and APE starts popping, DRSing the AMC float is 100% the way to send it right over the top. Absolutely blow the lid off of this entire. Trying to bring swing up. Push up swing.
Hey man, can you hear me?
Yeah, really good actually.
All right, good. The importance, and you may have talked about this because I just jumped in, but the lack of the options chain and why that is important is that when there is an options chain, all that someone has to do that's short is buy an in the money call option, and they get the shares. End of story. That's all they have to do, and then the market maker has to deliver. End of story. That's why it's so important that there's not going to be an options chain on this, because the only way, like you said, the only way they can get their hands on it is if someone sells. That's the only way. There's no options chain for them to just say, oh, I'm going to buy in the money call option, and then I'll get out of my position. Yeah, I might lose money on it, but I know that I have that option. That's what scares the hell out of them, is that they have to go to market to get this. That's the only way they can get it. So diamond hands means that they can't get their hands on it.
Absolutely.
How do we know that there is no option chain on this? Sorry, I know I interrupted, but I'm very curious.
It's just not going to be tradable on an options chain when it drops on the 22nd. They have to build the market for it. They have to file for it. Swing probably has better.
It's also, I also find it, I'd be surprised, let's say. Well, can they? Maybe, but because you have to think about what this represents. It's a preferred share, and it basically represents something that could eventually become a share of AMC, but it isn't today. It's not a warrant. It's a preferred share. So I think it would be odd for it to trade. But you know, who knows? I guess I can't predict the future. I can't predict the OCC and what they may do or not do. So I can't promise that it never will be, but it'll just surprise me if it does happen. And we do know that for sure it's not going to happen at first. And I would think that the underlying the company would have to approve to have it as well. Like I think it would be to a certain extent have to be up to the underlying company to make that call. Like there was, to put it in perspective, like there was options on OSTK Overstock. There were not options on OSTKO.
Yep, that's what's interesting about a lot of brokers who are talking about close only for. I mean, a lot of people are coming out and saying brokers are going to be close only. It's, stock once they're like, oh, it's because we don't trade preferred shares and blah blah blah, all that crap. It's specifically because they want it close only. They want you to sell, because as soon as you sell and can't rebuy it, market makers, the hedge funds, the shorts, the banks, they're all going to be back channel and buying this thing. They need to take it from you as quick as possible. And that's the entire reason Adam Aaron did it. Not only are we going to get that reconciled share count, the more we hold and the longer we hold it, the more stress they're going to feel on their short positions, because they're going to have all these failures in delivering dividend issuance and stuff. I don't understand how Adam Aaron literally tweeted like 7 tweets about it and busted all the FUD in every tweet. I don't know how there's still problems in the community. That's what's killing me about these other YouTubers that people religiously follow. One's a dude on a sidewalk in New York, and another one is whatever. It's just like even Bloomberg, people following Doomberg. It's a profile picture of a cartoon chicken, man. Like, God, it drives me nuts. But Alicia Jamal on YouTube here just said, yeah, man, if you review Ryan Cohen's tweet about what we can do for the company, basically he said, not what the company can do for you, what you can do for the company. In my opinion, I agree with him completely. He was 100% talking about direct registration. Like, that's the one thing shareholders can do to lock in the float, to blow shorts out of the water. And that's been true since day one. Thank God the GME community had more wrinkle brains than the AMC did, because they've come out with some amazing DD on it. And all the information's right in front of you. You can call your broker. You can call Computershare directly. You can call AMC Investor Relations. You can get on YouTube and watch the Super Stocks videos. You can watch my videos, and we host space calls about it every week. I think with the push from Lauer on direct registration, and now everybody's seeing Adam Aaron talking about Computershare and the APE preferred dividend being issued via Computershare, I think it's time for the community literally to stop messing around and stop acting like children and play the trump card that we've had in our pocket since day one. Hope everybody gives it a shot. Try to do 10, 20% of your shares. Call your broker, ask them to DRS your shares. Call Computershare. What the process is if you're unsure, or just buy directly from Computershare from this day going forward. Buying directly from Computershare is simple as buying from your broker.
That's something you may have heard this before. At least what I would personally do if I was new to Computershare and looking into it, and even if I'm not at this point or specifically AMC, because we are so close to the corporate action,
Yeah.
I would not be doing anything new other than potentially buying direct from Computershare. That you
Yes.
might have time to do, but you realistically you might not, because if you're a brand new account, haven't set one up yet, it does take time. If you already have an account, sure, you can transfer money, and I mean, if you were really serious about it, you could also ACH them if you were worried about the money getting there in time and clearing. But if you're setting up a new account, I think it might be impossible at this juncture to set it up and get your shares before the corporate action, the way that they work and setting up new accounts. So
Yeah, it takes a solid 7 days to transfer your shares. The swing is right. I think you have a better chance now of just buying shares directly and being okay with Computershare, probably up until the next is the 9th. Probably up until Monday. Not even that, Friday. I would not be doing anything after Friday, but after the 22nd, I highly recommend everybody DRS their AMC shares.
yeah, after you already have your shares,
Yep.
you can do it, and you can also DRS your. That's one thing. Like, you want to talk about position close only, you could just DRS your APE shares to Computershare, and
Yep.
you know that you can buy and sell. I'm sure that you can buy and sell through them.
Yeah, they're the facilitators of it, so
they're the facilitator of it, right? You know, so it isn't like if your broker is telling you it's PCO, I bet Computershare is a PCO.
Spence, let's I'm sorry, this. I mean, let's look at it like insurance. When you buy insurance, make sure in case something happens. People just do 20%. That's insurance against market.
I didn't quite catch all that, Bill. What did you say?
I said, let's look at DRS like insurance. And you do 20%, and you have insurance against your other shares.
Yeah, basically. Here's the thing. My DRS shares, I know 100% without a shadow of a doubt that I'm going to have my APE in my account at the end of the day. I have no question in my mind. And I also know 100% that my AMC shares that are DRS'd are not being lent out to short. I mean, that's the bottom line. If your shares are not direct registered, there's a really high probability that your shares are being lent out in the market to short. And I'll tell you, since we really started pushing DRS back in May, we've seen nothing but significant price increase. And I'll tell you, a lot of people have started to DRS. I've gotten nonstop DMs about people DRSing anything from 10 shares to 10,000 shares. So it's super important for the community to spread this knowledge, to get rid of the FUD, and just basically understand that if the float is DRS'd, then what are market makers and hedge funds going to short? That's the whole point. If we see a million, we DRS the float, and we see 50 to 100 million in volume on the open market on another day, how is that even possible? But this time, instead of Adam Aaron just saying it, he actually talked about January 27th and how 1.2 billion shares traded on the open market, but the free float was only 50 million. The problem is we have to give him reliable evidence. That's what he also said. He said publicly in the earnings call, there is no reliable evidence of synthetic shares out in the market. He needs rock solid proof evidence that this is happening. And direct registering is absolutely the way. What up, DD?
What's going on? Good morning, everyone. Hi, Spence. Just want to chime in something before I head to work. Yeah, I've been listening to this what going on. From my understanding, or in my opinion, that's what they're trying to do right now. Is the only option they have, that we're going to have our certificate for our AMC share, which is going to represent us as a legit shareholder. The only way they try the way they trying to do this budding stuff is how can we let these shareholders let go that app as soon as possible. This is the period, because we're going to have it. The more we hold it, the more they're going to get screwed. We sell it, that will happen. In my opinion, we hold it, the fuckery cannot happen. I mean, that's how I see it. So, just for everyone who's have a doubt, like calling to your broker and verify. I did call Fidelity as well. They said there is no cash dividend. You would definitely match your AMC share to F. They didn't say a value, but they just said half and half, whatever. Nothing numbers. They just said you got a couple thousand shares, you got a couple thousand apps, whatever numbers you have. That's already clear with Fidelity. And the app thing, I mean, we're gonna have it, we're gonna hold it, and we'll go from there. But the more I've heard, I was on the call with Matt yesterday. I didn't get a chance to speak to him, but I followed him for a while. I mean, all that going around is that it's gonna let us let go this app and have it available, make it available to this brokerage or market maker or hedges, whoever wants it desperately. So they can have it, or they can start doing what they do. You know what I'm saying? Brokerage or market maker or hedges, whoever wants it desperately. So they can have it, or they can start doing what they do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Yeah, that's the only thing. That's the only thing they're trying to do right now, because there is no go around it. I'm holding my app and see what's going to happen. I mean, as I do my AMC for a couple of years, I let go that app, let it arrive safely, and I let it go. And I'm going to see it. I wish everyone do that. I'm not going to say do this, do that, but I wish we hold our app like the way we do our AMC and see what they're going to do, what they're going to come up with. Yeah. So this is what I just want to chime in. Thank you, Spence, for the chance. I will listen up.
Yeah, thank you very much, man.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks, Spence.
What's up, Tara? What's good?
I am watching Toy Story currently with my nieces.
Awesome.
So we're chilling and just trying to take it easy. It's been a long few days of sort of explaining the same things, and poor Swing having to go round and round and explain the same things over and over. But I think it's been super productive, and spaces are definitely, where people are going right now. So I appreciate you hosting.
Absolutely. Appreciate you guys coming in. I know you guys hosted, I was literally on my 9-hour drive on the way home, and I tried to listen to you guys the whole way yesterday. That was a absolutely killer space call. You guys should be proud of yourselves.
Hey, almost 8,000 people tuned into that space call. It's a big deal right now, and people are looking for answers. And I just appreciate you guys so much, volunteering your time and energy and Swing. I could not be doing this without your help. And you too, Spence. I know you were busy yesterday, but today you're picking up the baton and running with it. And it's just, I think people really need a reliable source and place to go for, accurate information. So I just appreciate you guys so much for providing that.
Absolutely. Yeah. Swing and Flip, man, you guys absolutely crushed it yesterday. And it was such a good ride on the way home. It felt like I went in a time machine because I had something good to listen to and entertaining and educational. Of which, by the way, I get home back to Albuquerque finally. I'm finally home. And the first thing I hear is that we have a serial killer running around town.
Oh, my goodness. What?
And I literally thought I was going to get attacked at the gas station outside of Santa Rosa, which, of course, my dog sticks his head out the window and starts growling. That scares everybody. But shit's just crazy, man. There's FUD in real life and there's FUD online, and it's our job to bust it.
Dude, this serial
Floodbusters.
killer is really trying to keep you from getting your ape dividend, isn't he?
I'll smoke his ass. He has no clue. I'm getting my ape dividend.
No one's keeping you from your ape dividend. No, not even a serial killer.
Absolutely not.
Oh my gosh, that's scary though. For real, that's really creepy.
Hey, I wanted to say a couple things about the ape dividend. Sorry.
Go ahead. If you guys are not speaking, please keep your mics muted. If you want to speak, just pop your hand up. Go ahead, Swing.
So I ended up so in the conversation with Matt Coors yesterday, one of the things I brought up was the fact that Vanguard and BlackRock mostly had all their shares lent out and did not have voting rights at the last AGM. What that means is they had all the shares of those ETFs basically loaned out, which is something that I've been kind of aware of and not surprised at all. I mean, I think even BlackRock and like if they just bought and hold their shares, they would be underwater. So the only way they make that up is through lending. That's what ETFs are about: lending, creation, redemption. There's this whole process of how those ETFs make money at the end of the day on all that money that they take in on the ETFs. So they didn't have those shares. So guess who is going to have APE and who isn't going to have APE? The apes are going to have APE, and BlackRock and Vanguard, they're not going to have that security. That is why they want PCO. If some of the brokers want to do PCO, it's because they know that BlackRock and Vanguard have to get their hands on it, because they're going to want to convert it back into AMC to make their lives easier, not have two securities for one ticker, all of those things, not have an options chain to work off of, to be able to manipulate in order to get the shares when they need them and all that stuff. They need to have APE. They need APE more than anything. So that's why if we diamond hand APE, they just have to buy it from us in the open market. The only way that they can do that is run up the price and loosen up some liquidity. So don't believe the FUD. I'm thinking about just straight up DRSing all of mine. Just send them straight to Computershare, because there's the only thing about having your AMC shares, and a lot of people aren't comfortable with it, which I understand and don't recommend doing if you don't, is to do covered calls and to be able to make some money while you're holding. If you're not doing that, why not just, if all you're doing is literally sitting every day, having those shares in your brokerage, knowing that while they say they may not be lending them out, you can't prove that they're not.
They probably are lending your shares out. Exactly. More than likely, they're lending your shares out.
They probably are, but we can't prove it. And I know that if you call them, they'll say, "Oh no, you're in a cash account. No, we're not lending out your shares. I promise," with one hand behind their back and fingers crossed and saying, "Trust me, bro."
The first three letters in broker are bro. Like it's literally not even a joke. They're
if
definitely,
you add up more letters, it's broke. And that's what they're going to be. So just be mindful of that. And so if then in that mindset, if you think about that, so you're not going to be able to do options, you're not going to be able to do covered calls. Why not just DRS all your APE? You literally, it might cost you a little bit of money depending on your brokerage to send them over there, but once you do that, if you're just holding them, why not?
Absolutely. And again, highly recommend not trying to transfer your shares until after the 22nd. But you do still have 2 or 3 good days where you can go to Computershare. All you got to do is log into their website and click the purchase stock button, and then start the very simple process of choosing your company and then putting in what you want to buy, and then filling out your personal information, which is how they create your account. Once you submit your order, you're going to get all kinds of text messages and emails. And then within a 5-day period, your purchase is going to be complete, but they're also going to set your account up, and then you can verify your account. Then you'll be able to log in and see your shares and place sell orders. So It's so easy. It's literally the smooth brain way of beating out short sellers. And for some reason, everybody has overcomplicated it so much. It's just crazy. The brokers don't want you to do it. And like I said, Diana, TD Ameritrade has been pretty rough with some people trying to do it in the past because TD does not want you DRSing your shares. They're probably loaning out your AMC shares as we speak. So it's a big problem. But what's up, Steeler?
After the 22nd, if I don't, like I'm with Fidelity, if I do not get my APE dividend, if I was to DRS my shares, would I then get my APE dividend?
Probably not.
Okay.
They're gonna see who has what up to the 22nd and then issue your shares to you. But it's still super important after the 22nd to log your AMC shares so they can't be shorted. Every AMC share that is direct registered with Computershare cannot be lent out to short. 100%.
Okay.
And like I said, we started this push in May. We literally took so much heat on this for the past 2 to 3 months. Froggy Styles too, man. He got just absolutely just people attacking him left and right for it. And all he did was say, I'm not sure about it. I'm going to go find out, and did his own DD and came out very intelligent and very educated on Computershare, and he got attacked for it. The basis of it is, though, Computershare is the official transfer agent for AMC. And we know that every share you DRS is one share not shorted. My theory is every time that somebody DRSs an AMC share, it's actually taken 3 synthetics off the market. And that's why since May, we've seen nothing but positive price movement. Almost to the $30 mark where I've been calling for months that's a very good organic price level for how the company's performing right now. So what's up, Pastor Beal?
Swing, I just want to say my hat's off to you yesterday for an intelligent conversation with somebody that you may seem like he didn't know what he was talking about. Because the majority of it, he didn't know what he was talking about. He was unsure, and that's what people need to realize is that these YouTubers don't know what they say they know. But my wife's in the hospital, and I'm pulling up to the hospital, so I'm going to be listening the rest of the time. She had to have surgery yesterday, so I'm back at the hospital.
Tell her we give her our best wishes, man.
All right. But I appreciate that call yesterday, Swing. You held your own with it.
I absolutely agree with that. For the part that I listened to, Swing, you were very calm, cool, collected. And it sounded to me like certain people were getting kind of worked up because they were more worried about proving themselves right than actually being right. So.
Yeah, and I mean, that's, for anybody who's listening, my only approach to it was trying to understand what logic he was using, because even if his logic is wrong, to him it's right. So to get an understanding of where someone is coming from, you got to first understand their logic that they're using, and that's all. That was my main goal, and I think I kind of see where he thinks he's coming from, and I do think that his heart is in the right place,
Yeah.
But at the same time, he also thought that BlackRock and Vanguard got to vote their shares, and that isn't true because they had them loaned out, which kind of proves that institutions have lent out all their shares, and retail more than not saying everybody has their shares, because some people are in margin or whatever the case might be. I'm not going to say 100%, but a lot of the borrowing is happening on the institutional side, because AMC is in a lot of ETFs. Why? Because ETFs provide a ton of liquidity. They're liquidity machines. That's why, if you listen to CNBC and all that, and they talk about investing in ETFs. They want boomers to invest in ETFs because it's the quote unquote safe play, but all that they're doing is providing liquidity to the rest of the market, because when somebody is short a share and can't find one, they know they can tap on the authorized participant of the ETFs and borrow a share out of the basket of stocks and loan it from them, because they got them. They have to have them. And if they have enough demand, they can just create more of them, because the value of their ETF goes up. So then they have to go and buy more shares. And so if they get a lot of demand in some and not as much in others, they can mess around with that basket and say, okay, I'm going to loan out all my GME, but all my AMC, but I'm going to, and because of that, I don't have enough actual value and NAV in the ETF. So I'm going to buy more, Home Depot or whatever, they'll just mess around with the ETF so that some other stocks are more heavily weighted than the ones that they've loaned out, so that they can keep the NAV the way that they need it to be. So anyway, it's, ETFs are the liquidity machines, along with options of the market. So, and anything we can do to hold on to those APE shares, because those ETFs are going to eventually have to account for having those APE shares. They get audited, and they might be able to postpone it for a little while. I'm not saying from day one, but eventually when they go through their audits, they're going to need those shares. So if we diamond hand those, they're going to have to come and get them from our diamond encrusted ape hands.
Yeah, it helps when I unmute myself when I speak. Yeah, absolutely, Swing. Had to go throw my IMAX 3D glasses on for some effect. But it's so simple. I don't know where any FUD is even coming from. It's really, really simple. Adam Aaron did exactly what we asked. For the past 15 months, we said do a 1-to-1 dividend in some type of form where it's going to be one item to one AMC share to get some type of reconciled share count. Even after we told everybody endlessly you don't want a regular share count, Adam Aaron even came out and said, we did 6 share counts. And he was exaggerating that number to let you know that it's a waste of time. He said there's no reliable information that we currently have showing synthetics. Well, guess what? All he's talked about now with this dividend issuance is it's going to be a share count, and we're going to get to the bottom of this. But the most important thing is we know brokers messed up the GME dividend stock split, right? We know they delayed it, they messed it up, they misdelivered, whatever. These APE shares, we own them. If we own the AMC float, we own the APE share float. So why would you come right on the scene and immediately sell it out into the open market so shorts can use it in the way that they need to cover their positions? It's so simple. Not even to mention that after this is done, after these APE stocks are issued, if everybody gets on after the 22nd and just DRSs their shares of AMC, this thing will blow up through the roof. There is a reason why CEOs can't come out and tell you to DRS your shares. And it's because it would crush the entire short game in every single play known to man and woman and whatever else. I'm telling you.
And the short seller enrichment corporation wouldn't let you do that. Also known as the SEC.
Short seller enrichment corporation. Yeah, it's just crazy, man. This is some smooth brain, crayon eating stuff. This is how simple it is. 1, get your APE shares. If you have to personally sell because it's worth so much money you can't handle it, whatever. Good for you. Make your money. Go home and do what you got to do. No hate. But if you guys really want to do what we've been meaning to do this entire time, it's right in front of us. And now is the time to strike. After this, if people will not DRS after this, I'm done. I'm absolutely done talking about it. I'll still be in the play for whatever reasoning here or there, but it's just crazy. Right now, we have shorts cornered on all sides. We have them surrounded. It would be like half of our troops just randomly walking away, going, well, it feels like we won, so I guess that's good enough, and letting the enemy escape again. Ape stock, hodl, DRS your shares after the 22nd, get your Computershare account set up, and let's blow these cocksuckers out of the freaking water. I'm so tired of dealing with these clowns, man. These shorts, they will literally take the shirt off your back if they could. They don't care about you. They don't care about the market. They don't care about your country. They don't care about your family. Their one goal in life is to put as much money in their pockets as they can taken from you. And we have the chance to beat them for once in our lives. And I'm ready to do it, man. I'm ready to make this money and make the world a slightly better place. Have to figure out what's going on with my Albuquerque serial killer first. I know what he's got against cereal, but
It's because the price of cereal is going up with the wheat shortage.
there ain't no corn shortage. Man, that's all I saw all the way from freaking Oklahoma to Michigan was like absolutely gorgeous looking corn. Like it's not stunted like it was last year. It looks perfect. For this time of year, the height of the corn is perfect. Corn shortage.
Spence is long on corn.
Bro, I grew up. I'm literally children of the corn. That's where we grew up, man. There's massive cornfield right behind my house. So we used to go run around in it, and that's all we did for fun. So either way,
Build it and they will come. That's kind of what Adam Aaron has done, you know? He's built the trap.
Absolutely. And even, like I said, you know, we talked about the Ryan Cohen tweet. What can you do for your company? You can DRS your shares and keep any short seller from shorting it ever again.
That, and if you don't get them, complain to any authority. What I'm actually predicting is probably the same, more or less the same thing that happened with GME, where we're going to see a lot of foreign brokers maybe having a harder time because of the agreements that they have with their underlying banks and what have you. That's that, and pocket brokers and things like that, you know?
Absolutely.
Like I have just a little bit of money that I hadn't transferred out of Webull, and I was thinking of just to mess with them, like buy some AMC with it and make them give me my ape.
Yeah. Well, you can definitely see we're getting hit today, but we're coming down to some of my support lines I drew. But the entire market looks like garbage today. It was really depressing, too, to see NCMI's down over 20% just today after over a 40% run. So if you guys don't remember what NCMI is, it's National Cinema Media. It's the company that AMC got 6 million shares of when they bought out the Bowtie Theater chain, I believe it was. But they do a 5-cent dividend that's coming up in September. Their earnings missed a little bit, but I assume this is probably just more or less people selling or shorting the stock to try to make some money off of it. But it's back in a really good zone for me right now. I think around $1.37 is where I would start probably buying again. So just another AMC related stock company thing. But either way, again, with all the FUD going around, I want to just let everybody know it's really simple. One thing this community has to get better on that I've seen so much of is stop asking questions before you've even attempted to do your own research. Literally, do not come into DMs and go, hey, man, what is this? Before you even, called your broker, called Computershare, looked on AMC Investor Relations. Everything you need to know about the AMC preferred stock dividend is on Investor Relations in very, very simple formatting. The letter out to the retail investors on it explains everything in detail. And if you don't take the time to read it, you're not going to have a full appreciation for what they're really doing. So, highly recommended. Either way, Highcroft, again, just for everybody that showed up a little later. Highcroft Mine, straight from Diane Garrett's mouth, is talking about having an online store to buy physical gold and silver. I think this is insanely important for AMC. One, because they're going to streamline the process of buying precious metals. If I can just log into Highcroft Mine and buy some silver, I'm going to log into Highcroft Mine and buy some silver. You better believe that. But two, it's funny that they started talking about doing this now after the idea came out with the AMC silver dividend. I would love in the future for AMC to start issuing not quarterly, not even quarterly, but annually, an annual dividend in silver where they buy silver from Highcroft, have it minted into half-gram coins, and then issue serial numbered certificates on a one-to-one basis per share to each individual investor. They could afford it, but then you would also have the absolute best dividend in history because you're going to have the ability to have it increase in value over time. And now my YouTube is being attacked by sex bots. That's crazy. YouTube is filthy. But I think it's a really good thing coming forward. Highcroft has major catalysts coming up. The online store. They're selling some equipment. They're making another $12 million. We still have the warrants that are in play from Sprott and AMC. AMC has the dividend coming out on the 22nd. I would love if Adam Aaron on the 22nd made another announcement and said, oh, by the way, we're ready for the AMC branded credit card. It would absolutely blow the stock up. So we got some really, really good things going on. But that's about it. That's about all I had. If anybody else has anything they want to talk about or a question, feel free to come up.
If you have sex bots attacking you, does that make you Austin Powers?
Yes. Yeah, baby. They're terrible on YouTube. As soon as you break like 25 or you break 30 viewers on a live stream, they just come out of nowhere and start attacking your site. So crazy. I guess since we covered,
did you say that they're terrible?
Sex bots are terrible. She's too busy watching Toy Story, so. But you guys deserve a break, anyways. You guys, the show you guys put on yesterday was insanely good. So, but if anybody has any questions, I'm not going to stay on all day. I just wanted to cover DRS again. I would massively appreciate it if everybody shared this call after it's closed and tell people to listen to it and talk to people about DRS and start busting the FUD on your own. If you've done DRS and you know how it works, please help start busting this FUD, because I'll tell you right now, if we can log the float, this entire game is over in a split second. Adam Aaron will have every legal stance he needs to go after everybody that's been manipulating the AMC stock. So we'll get funky here and then we'll start wrapping up.
And of course, still going to be a lot better than last year for year-over-year numbers. So
obviously, they have like half of August.
Absolutely. It's so easy for everybody just to go to the movies too. Like literally just go out on a date, go out by yourself, whatever. Even if you don't want to see a movie, just go buy some popcorn, man. Just get out of the house and go do something. August 19th, everybody knows I will be going to watch Dragon Ball Superhero, which I've been waiting for months. I'm going to have a nerd day all by myself with no distractions. Cannot wait for it. Also, make sure you guys check out AMC On Demand. It is something so simple to do, to download AMC On Demand and once a month just rent or buy a movie once a month. And that helps with profits through AMC. Also, I highly recommend, even if you don't have an AMC near you, if you want to contribute and you can't make it to a theater, buy an AMC Stubs account, get an AMC Stubs membership, and then call some friends out of state that have an AMC theater near them and just schedule tickets for them, and they can pay you right back. They can pay you $5 or whatever. You'll get your friends tickets, send them to them. The AMC's making money. The concessions are making money. they're making money off your membership. It's that simple. So what's up, Funky?
Hey, good morning, Spence. I just on this call, I went ahead and did the Computershare and registered and everything, and I went through the purchase. The first option I chose was purchase stock, so it went all the way through. I entered all my bank info, and it actually looks like it made a purchase. I put in like $50. So does that sound accurate?
Yeah. You should be getting text messages and emails about your purchase and your account and all. It'll take about 5 days, but your account setup will be done in 5 to 7, and you'll start getting emails to verify your account.
Okay, and were those stocks that were just purchased? Were they just at market order, probably?
Yeah, you'll get, so the $50 you purchased, you'll get so many complete shares, and then you'll get some fractional shares. So.
Okay.
But also because they're not a broker, they don't buy until the funds have cleared. So if you ACH, it'll be 2 days before the buy order actually goes in.
Okay.
And then it'll buy that. So one thing to consider, like when you do that, and you may have seen this, and for anybody else who hasn't, the first time setup, I can't remember what the exact fee is because there's a first time setup fee and then there's a per transaction purchase fee. So buying, realistically, you might only end up with one share or even a fractional share at that price because of that first time setup fee, if that was your first time buying.
Yeah.
I'm sure it broke down all that, but because they have I want to say the first time setup fee is $25 and then it's like $5 per purchase, I think, but I can't remember because it's been a while since I set it up. So
the one time and the recurring fees are actually just, it's not a fee. It's a one time and recurring minimum. So if your first purchase is going in, your one time purchase has to be a minimum of $25. But the fees are laid out on the right side where it's like 5% per share or $5 per transaction. So you should be getting, if you spent $50, you should be getting one share and some change, I would believe.
Okay, yeah.
Or maybe 2 shares.
Okay, the texts have started to come through right away, so that's cool. But so that's the first step. Then my account is open, and then I can start to call my broker and do the other part, right?
Yes, I'm going to tell you this right now. Don't try to transfer any shares until after the 22nd and make sure your account is fully set up and authorized. But when you do the transfer, anything you do with Computershare, you have to make sure that you say your address the same every single time. Your address is one of the most important things on your account. If you use, say, ABCD North 3900, and then in another instance, you say ABCD 3900, they will actually make you 2 different accounts because you forgot the North. So make sure your address is the same every time. And when you call them to verify, you have to say your address specifically like it's worded on your account. It's one of their security processes. So
yeah, I got you. All right, cool, man. I'll study it some more and kind of poke around, and that sounds great. Thank you.
Yes, sir. See, this is cool because my recurring share purchase just went through. So I just got the dip with Computershare, which is nice. So now I'm going to have more preferred shares based on my recurring dip or my recurring buy that just placed at a better price than I would have got 3 days ago. So that's pretty neat. Anybody else? All right, then I'm going to make a tweet about pumping Q2.
Hey, Spence. I would say, why don't you expand on that recurring purchase thing? Because I don't think we've talked about that a lot. I'm aware of what it is, but just for everybody and who might listen later.
So a recurring purchase with Computershare, basically, it's gonna automatically place you an order every 2 weeks or every month, right? Just like a recurring investment. So every month, Computershare sends a transaction to my bank, pulls $100, and then buys AMC shares for me every single month that are direct registered, right? The beauty of it is is my fees are lower on the purchase because it's recurring, and the minimum amount you have to buy is lower. So the whole point with my Computershare account is more or less now cost averaging. See, if I would have, I placed a $5,000 order on Monday. I think it was Monday, and I got a price of like 23, 24, right? My Computershare recurring purchase just got a better order, and it was hands off. So if anybody has any fears about, well, what if I'm Computershare and I can't sell fast enough or I can't buy fast enough? You can never perfectly time your entry or exit on a stock. I just got a better deal because I have it on automation. So I personally am going to continue to buy AMC shares for a long time. I don't plan on selling unless I do a full DRS. I don't plan on selling 100 of my AMC shares that I have in Computershare. I'm just going to keep them, and I'm going to be an AMC shareholder for a long, long freaking time. So you can do recurring with Computershare, which is what I do, or you can go in and make one-time purchases each time you want, like each month or every 2 weeks or something. So it's all right there on the front of the site when you click make a stock purchase with Computershare. When you get in to select an AMC and you get through the first couple steps, you can see what it says with recurring or one-time purchases.
Hey, Spence.
What's up, buddy?
Just to let everybody know, too, that when you DRS, you're allowed 30 days to set your selling limit. So you can just set it and forget it type if you want. So people are scared for doing that. You just put in your sell order. It's good for 30 days, whatever it goes up to. You can put in 100 shares for $100. It'll sell.
They're going to be sitting right in front of their computer on their broker, sitting there ready to sell. And they're going to sell, and they're going to sell too early, or they're going to sell too late. Or it's because when you sit there and you're worried about it nonstop instead of having a plan, you make mistakes. I've done it before. I've sat there and I'm like, I'm going to sell. And I click the button, and I've actually done it on accident once. I clicked the button and I didn't mean to. But I've clicked the button, and then suddenly the stock's running another 70, 80%, and I'm sitting there and you're watching it and you're panicking, and all of a sudden you try to buy back in and then you get dumped on. So it's almost a safer way to invest, in my opinion. It's an older fashioned way to invest. If anybody traded post or pre 2010, they understand what commissions and broker fees are. And they also understand more about what direct registration actually is. Back in the day, when you bought stock, you could opt to get a physical certificate of stock ownership sent to your house. Computershare is basically the digital version of that. You don't get a paper share, even though you can order a paper share on Computershare. I think for like $25, they'll send you a really, it's an AMC share duplicated paper share. You can get it and frame it and put it up in your house. It looks really cool. But basically, Computershare is direct registering it and giving you a digital version of those stock certificates, so you know you own it. With your broker, you have no idea what you own. It says it's in your account, but most likely, and Swing covered this, it could very much well be that Fidelity is loaning out shares, which I think they did get busted for with GameStop about 6 months ago. They figured out that Fidelity was actually loaning out GameStop shares. And even that, Fidelity's still one of the best brokers out there, in my opinion. I'm very glad I moved to Fidelity. And Fidelity will DRS your shares for you for free. So props to them on that. But absolutely, Stretch, thanks for bringing that up, man. You have the ability to set multiple limit orders on Fidelity for your shares, and it's a very, very good process to do that, especially in times of heavy volume and high price volatility. So, but yeah. Anybody else? No? Well, wonderful then. I would like to thank my co-hosts, Tara and Swing, for coming up, and everybody who came into the room and talked. I really appreciate it. Please follow anybody you saw speaking today. That would be very much appreciated. The best way to get this message out. This call was really good too. A lot of intelligent things happen. A lot of intelligent talk and intelligent questions. I really recommend sharing the call after it's been done and start doing your own DD and research. And like Swing said, go to the movies. Let's blow Q2 up. Adam Aaron said, hey, it's looking like Q2 might not be the best. Let's get
Q3.
out there and pump the Q3. I'm sorry. Pump the movies, man.
Yeah, I mean, he kind of set a bear trap up. If we do go out and blow out numbers, he set the market's expectations for it to be low. But if we could change that, that's in our control, depending on where we choose to spend our money. And that's part of the turnaround story, is that there's millions and millions of investors that are never going to step foot in Cinemark or Regal or whatever other brand of movie theater ever again. So
I took my sister to see Thor, but I had to take her to it's like a neighborhood cinema. It's like NCG or something. I know. I had to. We couldn't go to AMC 4 hours away, even though I did stop in Holland and I got popcorn and chicken nuggets at the one in Holland on my way through. But I'll tell you, I was not impressed at all. Honestly, the first thing I noticed was the de-resolution of the projector. My theater has all the laser projection upgrade and everything here in Albuquerque. The one in Michigan and Midland, when we went and seen it, it was all blurry and it just didn't look very good. And the sound quality was garbage. I was not impressed with the sound quality whatsoever in that theater. So AMC theater quality is a very important topic.
Hey, Spence, I had a real quick question. I haven't been on here the whole time. I do appreciate, especially Tara. I don't know if you're listening, but I couldn't believe I got up this morning again and you were still on a space. Like, what the heck? Good for you. So that's amazing. The DRS, though, one thing I haven't looked into it myself any further. I definitely got off Robinhood like a long time ago. But especially because I saw their tweet come out today saying that APE will be position close only, and that was like, oh, shocker. So I really hope all the apes actually get out of Robinhood, so it doesn't just automatically sell off of all the apes. And then I was thinking with the DRS, is it possible still to sell covered calls when your shares are DRS'd, or does that eliminate your ability to do that?
I don't think you can sell covered calls while you're DRS.
That would eliminate that. So if you're comfortable if you're comfortable and knowledgeable and you want to do that, I'm never going to tell someone to, not to or to do it. But that's really, in my opinion, the only reason that you would hold it in a brokerage if it's going to be a long-term hold. If you're just long-term hold and letting the shares sit there and you're watching the ticker every day, it might as well be in DRS. If you're more experienced and or comfortable with doing covered calls and things like that and building your position that way, more power to you. Not going to judge. And or if it's in an IRA too. There's a lot of people that have a lot of money in IRAs or other type of accounts that can trigger a taxable event. I've seen posts that there are ways to get a custodian to take your shares for an IRA and then direct register them. There are people that do it. I'd check out Superstock for that. I haven't done it personally. I do have shares in my IRA, and I do more of the covered call thing myself with those. So, if I feel like it's a time to do it right now with the price volatility, it's kind of unless you're selling them way out of the money or way far out, I wouldn't recommend it because we can just run through stops pretty quickly right now. So I'm
100% with you. I appreciate you guys clearing that up. I do have a couple of accounts for that reason, for different strategies and whatnot, but it's kind of funny. I mean, I've just watched these tickers so much. I feel like I kind of know what's going to happen. The fractal sequence is so similar every single time, and you can just watch the story happen in the volume.
I highly recommend having multiple accounts, honestly. The flexibility of having different accounts actually helps me a lot in what I'm doing. We had Ken Zhang on YouTube said, what the benefit for Computershare if Fidelity can do the job on APE? Yes, Fidelity will more than likely give you your APE shares. I called them this morning. They said there's not going to be an issue with that. The benefit of Computershare is the fact that we still know that AMC is being openly shorted illegally. APE might expose it. It might not. If it does, that still might not be enough evidence for legal action to be taken. But if the entire float of AMC is DRS'd, we can prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that there are synthetic shares trading on the open market. That's the benefit of Computershare. Another benefit is, bottom line, every share that you direct register with Computershare cannot be lent out to be short sold. And I will say this, since May, and I got the chart up here on my computer, since May, when we hit about 970, we started pushing DRS really hard, and a lot of people jumped on board. All we have done since May is trend up beautifully until we got our major catalyst here, which send us almost back up to $30. So just very bottom line, simply put, if you're buying your shares through Computershare, they're direct registered, they cannot be loaned out to short. Why would you want somebody shorting the stock you own? So that's one of the major benefits of Computershare. Well, it would be really sweet if we ran up to 34 in the next week and made like this super gorgeous cup and handle since March 31st. That would be ideal. I would really like that. So.
Yeah, Rico, I mean, I know he's not popular amongst some and people think other things about him, but I just try to take everybody's sentiment for my own thought and put it all together how I think. But Rico's got a really good last couple videos about the fractal sequence, the way it's been playing out and how it may play out over the next couple of next couple of months. Because in the earnings call, Adam and Aaron saying things like you can expect the stock price to go down between quarter 3 and quarter 4, and then quarter 4 you're going to be more than excited. So yeah. I mean, we kind of all know that's planning, and that's all kind of like in his TA that he puts out there. So it's definitely worth a look just for an eye opener. And I do think that $30 to $50 level is potentially very achievable, especially with this. Volume. So, and we still have credit card and popcorn catalyst too. So, yeah, my wife and I just went out the other night. I tweeted about it, but you guys got me hyped when Tara was getting hated on, so I went and saw a movie.
There you go, man. I'm telling you, everybody, Swing's got it right, dude. This quarter, go out and blow up the movie theater. I'm gonna go this weekend. I'm just gonna go see something. I don't know what it is, but I'm gonna go. Just go see whatever movie, use your AMC stubs, buy some snacks, check out AMC on demand. If you're bored and you have nothing to do, just be like, I'm just going to check out AMC on demand and rent a movie and see how I like it. And you'll be like, oh, wow, I feel really good because I'm buying the product that the company I'm invested in is selling. So just let's do it. Let's give them, just like we did with the Q1 that they said where they thought Q1 was not going to be good. Let's give them a really good Q3. And don't forget about where we came from this year so far. I mean, we opened up the year with what? Batman, Spider-Man, and Batman, and look where we're at now. So don't forget to kind of try to reminisce about all the progress we've made, and don't let the FUD get you down because we're winning. This is 100% fact that we're winning, and absolutely buy direct from Computershare. If you can't DRS now because we're too close to the 22nd, buy directly from Computershare. That's all I had. Thanks for coming, y'all. Swing and Tara, Stonky, thanks y'all for coming up, and for co-hosting Tara. She must have dropped off to go finish Toy Story. Everybody else, man, I hope you guys have a great day. Please share the good information on DRS. Let's push this thing over the top. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming to the show. I stand by DRS more than anything else I can tell you. Again, it's too close to the dividend date to transfer your shares via DRS from your broker, but still not too close to buy directly. Once again, All you have to do is go to the Computershare page, click make a stock purchase, come up to this page, pick AMC stock, typed it wrong. See, click on AMC Entertainment Holdings. It's going to tell you the fees. The minimum investment is not the fee. That's the minimum amount you have to buy to be able to place an order. These are the fees down here, the online investment fee. Invest now. Then it's going to ask you, what do you want to do? You can do a recurring where it's going to buy every month or every 15th or every 1st, or you can do one time. Just for sake, let's just do one time. $50 purchase. You click next. Then you're going to come up to where you fill all your information in. That's what they're going to set up your account. After that, you click next, put in your bank account information, and then you start processing your purchase. When you're done with that, you'll start getting a lot of text messages and emails. Then on out, you can, after the 7-day period and you verify your account, you can log in, go in and purchase as much stock as you want. It's the way to go. It's direct registered. You can't short it. That's how we log the flow. Anyways, you guys have a great day. Thank you for coming. Please like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. It helps the algos push the message out. A lot of people have been asking me, how do I not have more followers? How do I not have more views? This and that. And I appreciate that. And I think definitely I agree with you. We should. But it's because people aren't liking the videos. They're not subscribing enough. Some of my videos, I get 20, 30,000 views. People just bounce up back off the channel. So if you could, I would appreciate it. I want to help get this message out. DRS is the way. Even Dave Lauer is on it now. The other crew with like Rocket and Jay Brown, them guys get it now. They're on it. Adam Aaron is using Computershare specifically for the APE dividend reinvestment. Anyways, you guys have a great day.